Hi all, welcome back to the lecture. In this video, I will explain you what is SysTick Timer and how the SysTick Timer will helpful in task scheduling. Okay, I hope when you watch our previous videos, you may came across the SysTick Timer. Okay, I hope whenever we are discussing about the system exceptions, there is one exception called SysTick Exception. There, I hope I might explain you about SysTick Timer, but if you don't know also, no problem. Today, I will explain you clearly about the SysTick Timer and how the SysTick Timer will helpful in real-time task scheduling. See, SysTick Timer is a 24-bit down counter timer integrated in ARM Cortex-M processors. It is used to generate periodic interrupts for RTOS, tick, time delays, and other time-based application. Now, see, it's a kind of down counter timer, which means suppose if you load this timer with the value 5, then what it will do, it will down count this 5. So first it will make this 5 as 4, so it is one count, and then it will decrement one more count, it will make it as 2, this is second count, and 2 1 0. Okay, this is how the SysTick timer will decrement the value and the count. Okay, so here how the SysTick timer will helpful in our task scheduling. Let's see. As I already told you about the task switching, let me explain you here. Here, see, here we will switch the task, right? First we will execute the task 1, and after 1 millisecond of time, this 1 millisecond is not uh, a static one. You can change it to 2 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds according to your application. Here in our examples, we are going to give 1 millisecond for every task. Okay, so after 1 millisecond, we'll switch it to task 2. Okay, now see how your processor will get to know that 1 millisecond completed. How your processor will get to know means by using SysTick timer. Here, for every time, there is one value that is called reload value. I'll explain you about what is reload value, don't worry. So based on the reload value, it will switch the task from T1 to T2. Suppose here 1 millisecond I loaded, 1 millisecond I loaded in the SysTick timer. That means after 1 millisecond, what SysTick timer will do? SysTick timer will generate one interrupt. Remember this thing. SysTick timer will generate one interrupt. That is called SysTick exception or SysTick interrupt. Okay, so after 1 millisecond, what the SysTick timer will do? It will trigger an interrupt. So whenever interrupt triggers, what happens? The processor will go to the interrupt service routine, right? Now inside the interrupt service routine, we are going to switch the tasks. That is what actually happens. Okay, now let me explain you right here. Right here. Actually, you know, our processor clock is, our ARM Cortex-M processor clock is 16 megahertz. That means in one single second, our processor clock can generate 16 megahertz number of cycles, right? And if you closely observe our ARM Cortex-M4, the SysTick timer is directly connected to the processor clock. That means the clock speed of SysTick timer is so equals to 16 megahertz. Okay, so the both processor clock and the SysTick timer clock would be same. Now see, what is our requirement? We have to trigger interrupt for every 1 millisecond, right? Because we want to give 1 millisecond for every task. That's why here we want to trigger interrupt for every 1 millisecond. 1 millisecond is nothing but 1 kilohertz in frequency domain. You know, time equals to 1 by frequency. Here we know time is 1 millisecond. So if you change it to frequency, 1 by 1 millisecond is nothing but 1 kilohertz. Okay, so here what you have to do, you have to trigger interrupt for every 1 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz means what? See, 1 hertz means 1 positive cycle and 1 negative cycle combinedly called as 1 hertz. So 1 kilohertz means 1000 such type of cycles. Okay, now see how to calculate, how to trigger interrupt means, so to bring down the SysTick timer count from 16 megahertz to 1 kilohertz using a divisor that is called reload value. Now you already know what is the counting value of our SysTick timer, 16 megahertz, because by default 16 megahertz processor clock will be connected to the SysTick. Now you have to decrement the 16 megahertz to 1 kilohertz. how to decrement the 16 megahertz to 1 kilohertz. Suppose this is 16 megahertz, let me write, and simply if you divide the 16 megahertz with 16,000, now let's see, this 3030 zeros and 16 1000. So this is nothing but 1 kilohertz, right? 1 kilohertz is nothing but 1000 hertz. So if you divide your processor clock, that is 16 megahertz with 16,000, then only you will get 1 kilohertz clock frequency. 1 kilohertz is nothing but, if you convert it to the time domain, it is 1 millisecond. So here, what is the divisor value? Divisor value is nothing but 16,000. So if you divide your processor clock with the 16,000, then you will get 1 kilohertz. 1 kilohertz is nothing but 1 millisecond. So here you call the same thing as reload value. Okay, here reload value is 16,000. For example, if you want to trigger interrupt for every 2 milliseconds, for example, if you don't want to trigger interrupt for every 1 millisecond, if you want to trigger interrupt for every 2 millisecond, then this reload value would be half, 8,000. Clear? So this is how you have to select the reload value based on the time allocated to the interrupts. Now let's see about the SysTick in the user guide, ARM Cortex-M4 user guide. Let's open the ARM Cortex-M4 user guide right here. If you search a SysTick timer in the ARM Cortex-M4 user guide, then you can get this thing. Now see here, in the SysTick there are mainly 4 registers. First one is SysTick control and status register. Second one is SysTick reload value register. Third one is SysTick current value register, and fourth one is SysTick calibration value register. Here these first 3 registers are very much important for the task scheduling. I will explain you the 4th register in future, don't worry. But now we will discuss about these 3 registers. Now the first register, what is the use of first register? Let's go here. Now see, let's come down here. The 0th bit of SysTick CSR control and status register, that is enabled. Now here see, by default SysTick counter will be disabled. So whenever you want to count by using SysTick, what you have to do? You have to enable SysTick counter, right? So you have to make 1 to enable the counter value. Okay, so first thing what you have to do, you have to enable the SysTick counter by making it as 1. By default is a disable. Now let's see, the second thing is tick interrupt. Tick interrupt bit, the first bit is, first bit means bit number 1 is tick interrupt. Now see, it enables the SysTick exception request. By default the value is 0. 0 means counting down to 0 doesn't accept SysTick exception request. Now what is our requirement? Here in our case, what is the reload value? Reload value will be 16,000. So what your processor will do, what your SysTick timer will do, it will start counting down the 16,000. Whenever the 16,000 will become 0, then it should trigger an interrupt. It should trigger an interrupt that is called SysTick interrupt. And inside the interrupt service routine only we have to do the task switching. So by default the tick interrupt value is 0. That means counting down to 0 doesn't accept any SysTick exception. So by default it will not trigger any interrupt. But in our application we should trigger an interrupt whenever the SysTick timer will reach to 0. That's why here what you have to write? You have to write 1. That then what happens? Counting down to 0 accepts SysTick exception request. Okay, so here also we have to write 1. And third thing is, by default the clock source is 0. 0 means external clock. Here we are not going to use any external clock. We are going to use 16 megahertz internal clock source. That's why you have to write 1 here also. So as a first thing, whenever you want to use a SysTick timer, you should set all these things. First clock source, and then tick interrupt, and then you have to enable. Okay, and then let's see what is the next register. Next register is SysTick reload value register. Now let's see what is SysTick reload value register. Here reload value is nothing but the value which will be countable. Okay, I already explained you here. Whenever you want to receive, interrupt for every 1 millisecond, that is 1 kilohertz, then what is the reload value? 16,000, right? So this value where you have to write means you have to write this value in the reload value register. Here see, this is the 24th bit, total is 32-bit register, but the upper 6 bits are or 8 bits are reserved, the lower 24 bits are reload value. So here at this place you have to write 16,000. Okay, now whenever you write the 16,000, the same 16,000 will copy into one more register. Now let me explain you what is that register. See, the same value will be copied into the current value register. Whatever you write in the SysTick reload value register, the same value will come and paste here. Okay. Now, what your SysTick timer will do? SysTick timer will start decrementing the current value register. Please remember, SysTick timer will not decrement the reload value register. SysTick timer will decrement the current value register. Whenever this current value register will become 0, then what happens? SysTick timer will trigger an interrupt. So, whenever interrupt triggers, and it will switch to next task, right? So whenever the next task starts, again SysTick timer should count down, right? And you know already the current value register became 0. Then how can it count down means, let's see, I'll explain you. Whenever this current value register will become 0, then what happens? SysTick interrupt triggers and the next task will start. Whenever next task will start, then the SysTick current value register will be 0. So counting down to 0, I mean it is already 0, counting down doesn't make any sense. So what you have to do means, SysTick timer itself will do, you no need to do anything. SysTick timer what it will do means, already reload value register RVR contains 16,000, right? Again it will copy that 16,000 and it will paste into the current value register. And whenever the current value register will become 0, again it will copy from the RVR and it will paste into the current value register. And this is how the SysTick works and SysTick performs. And I hope up to now you understood everything. Tomorrow's video, I will write a small code about the SysTick timer initialization. Okay, I hope you understand. If you have any doubts, so you can directly contact me. Thank you for watching this video.